my beautiful friends. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's do a reading. So I felt called to start with this deck today. So this deck, I want to check what's going on with you right now, what your focus might be, what might be happening with you, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to start with this deck. So Main Collective, let's see how you're doing today, what your focus is. Let's have a look. All right. Oh, we have friendship. Beautiful. So we have perspective, a change in perspective, looking at things from a different angle, change, keeping an open mind. Green eyes could be symbolic. And on the bottom, we have friendship. So perhaps you have, well, let's see what this card is first. We have manifest. Law of attraction, within reach, positive mindset. Perhaps you are trying to manifest a friend here. Or perhaps you have that friendship on the bottom. I'm seeing Bree. So perhaps you have aligned with someone on your journey who has made you look at relationships in a different way, making you look at connections in a different way, what a true connection should feel like, what it feels like when it's aligned. Right? They could be making you even feel more positive right now. Like maybe this is something that you've manifested in. I'm always saying, you know, if you want love in your life, manifest a friend. But also I said it the other day, if you want healthy love in your life, it actually starts with having a support system, with having friends, so that you don't lose yourself in love. That can be an obstacle, right? If you are with someone and they have a life, they have hobbies, they have friends, and you don't have any of that, that can create friction and resentment in a connection. So yeah, time with friends, having fun, support. So again, maybe you're manifesting this in, or maybe this is something that has recently come into your energy. And like I said, when we align with the right people, it can really shift our perspective of what a healthy connection looks like, right? All right, law of attraction. All right, but it feels like you have a positive mindset, which is good. Let's keep going. Main Collective. Okay. So we have nostalgia and we have third-party interference. So third-party interference could be family issues, workaholic, my throat's blocking, blocked throat chakra, affair, cheating. This could be what your perspective is shifting with, right? I talk about this all the time, the person on our mind. If there's a karmic or there's a third party, we can definitely internalize that and take it as like a personal attack against us, like there's something wrong with us. Perhaps this is part of your perspective shift, that karmics, there's a reason for them. Also, if someone you're connected to has karmic energy around them, it would mean that you would probably have karmic energy around you. Perhaps it's been coming out quite a bit, perhaps a friend where you had to learn a karmic lesson. We have commitment. Proposal, marriage, higher level of commitment. Nostalgia. I'm going to get one more because I'm hearing a few different things. You could be energetically connected to someone who is married. That could be the third party interference. Or perhaps you are married and you have a connection with someone else. Let's get one more. We also have that nostalgia, right, with the third party and the family issues. Perhaps you are thinking about past cycles with your family. Perhaps you've been reflecting about your family and how maybe your childhood, like new perspective about how, like maybe you're a workaholic. Maybe you have a validation wound. Interesting. And we have listen, intuition, don't talk, hear what they are really saying. And we have let go. All right, I'm going to confirm all this. Let's confirm. Let's confirm. What are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? Could be something to do with finances, but we have hope. Don't lose faith, stay positive. So you could be someone who is trying to keep a positive mindset when it comes to your manifestations, because this says positive mindset. But we can't just pretend we have a positive mindset, right? Energy doesn't lie. So maybe you're struggling with that. Well, it feels like you're manifesting and having hope that soon you'll have something to celebrate. Maybe through work, because we have finances on the bottom. So perhaps you're trying to keep a positive mindset about work, positive mindset about, feels like you're trying to call in happier times here. I'm seeing the 3 of Cups, so friendship could be included. Let's see your shift in perspective. What is this about? Shift in perspective. Okay, so I did see the karmic card. I did see the karmic card. Separation. So having a new perspective about a karmic situation. Maybe one that puts you into your head, overthinking, mental thought. We have air signs, separation on the bottom. Rebirth. So you could definitely be shifting your perspective about, I was hearing someone you were connected to, there was a third party around them. But if you have called in a friend, right? Remember when I said karmic energy around you could be friends? I'm seeing that friend or foe card, right? If you have manifested more positive energy into your life, you have someone that you're laughing with, having fun with, celebrating with. I'm seeing the 3 of Cups. Could definitely have shifted your perspective on some other karmic connections in your life, whether family, whether friend, or even this person that is, I don't know why your person is here, but I can feel them in this reading. You could be connected to an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but this is mental thought, right? So doing a lot of reflection about how perhaps there is someone that you need to separate from, a karmic energy. And again, I'm hearing a friend. All right. Third party. Self-love. Have you heard from someone? We have communication and self-love. Third-party interference, affair, cheating, workaholic, family issues. So you could have actually heard from someone. Maybe you were manifesting communication, right? And when it came, it wasn't what you thought. Right? Intuition, don't talk, hear what they are really saying. And perhaps you were manifesting commitment with them. This third-party energy, communication, and self-love, it feels like I'm going to be honest. Perhaps you've had communication from someone and you're looking at it much differently this time. I'm seeing that test card, right? You have this perspective shift about a karmic. And if you've recently heard from someone, right, and you still know there's karmic interference, or they're still a workaholic, I'm not supposed to be talking about them, but they're right here, or they're still not healing some of their generational trauma, some of their wounding, right? You could be trusting your intuition here. We've really been talking about this, about trusting your inner guidance when it comes to these tests that a lot of people are getting. And you could have done exactly that here, right? Again, you could have been trying to keep a positive mindset, thinking that when this person came back, you'd have something to celebrate. And it feels like you've heard from them and you're not listening with your ears or your ego or your fear or your attachment. You're listening with your intuition. You're hearing what they're really saying, right? And it feels like what they're really saying is that there's still third-party interference, whatever that means for your situation, and you're choosing self-love. You are enough. Know your worth. Body positivity. I'm gonna get, where is it? Unspoken Oracle. I'll get that next to really see what's going on here. Commitment. Immature. See? So it feels like you've heard from this person, but there's still third-party interference, whatever it is. And again, I forgot to mention, after communication came out, when I looked at the bottom, choosing inner peace was on the bottom. Peace, if it doesn't bring you peace, it's not aligned, right? You'll feel it when it's aligned. And we have immature. So possibly someone that you saw yourself committing to, someone you felt a higher level of commitment with, immature, childish player playing games. Right? And I feel like you trusted your intuition. Your body would have reacted to this. There's still interference here, whatever that interference is. So you chose to focus on self. We have toxicity, codependent, addiction, karmic. So whether that's that they still have karmic energy around them, but think about it, if they have karmic energy around them, you would have karmic energy around you, even in the form of friendship. Remember, we were talking about it. And again, how can you have a healthy commitment, a stable relationship, if this person is still, again, I'm hearing family, like generational trauma. I'm seeing not yet. It's like the no, not yet, not the right time. I'm going to get another one for that. But again, we've been saying, like, look at it logically, right? When they come in, listen to your intuition, listen to your first gut instinct. Choose peace over codependency, over anything that doesn't feel aligned with you. But like, just looking at this row, how can you have a long-term commitment with someone that you feel is playing games, or that triggers that codependency within you, right? Perhaps this person came in and it's not only about, it didn't feel aligned with you. Perhaps you were noticing the red flags within. Perhaps you felt that little the codependency creep in as soon as they reached out. I'm seeing that test card. And you know what? When I first started, apology was on the bottom. So you could have been hoping for an apology, and that's not what you got. One more for that row. Caution. Red flags. What I just said. Red flags. So you were noticing the red flags immediately, not just them, but within you, right? This is what we've been saying, like, pay attention to the red flags within you too. Because if they come in and it's not peaceful, and all of a sudden you're feeling triggered, you're feeling heightened emotions, you're feeling that codependency again, it means it's not the right time, right? Red flags. But it feels like this time you're seeing them. And again, you're trusting your intuition here. Oh, dear. We've got twin flame. I hope you're not on that loop of thinking. I'm hearing it, so I'm going to say it. You could be going through a thought process right now of confusion, of lack of belief, lack of trust in your journey. I'm hearing it. I'm going to say it. I'm seeing somebody like, I thought that they were my twin flame, and then they come in and there's no change. And then maybe you go back to, oh, they're probably just a karmic. And then something else happens and you start feeling, no, I think I am on the journey. I think I am on the journey. I'm trusting that I'm on the journey. And then something happens and you're like, oh, they're probably just a karmic. Like, I talk about it like sitting on the fence. Because we've got twin flame on the bottom. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Last row, intuition. We have forgiveness, release negativity. I'm going to keep going. Perhaps you are trying to see if they have good intentions, but I think that they've approached you, and I think that you've already found forgiveness. You've probably found it within yourself. And, you know, trusting your intuition could be telling you that it's not that their intentions aren't good, but they're not ready. Like, clearly your intuition is reacting in some way, but you're not holding resentment. We have nature, so I feel like you're also taking time to ground. Let me just see. I just want to get a few more for this. One more. We have finances, like workaholic. That's what I mean. This person could still be in that distorted energy. We have music. Your song signs through music, musician. Did they send you a song? I'm still gonna go. I need to get more on that one. I might have to pull tarot. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get a few of these to see what that's about. Last row and middle row. What is this about? All right, so we do have standing tall. So someone's still in their pride and ego. Someone's still in their pride and ego here on the bottom. We have stand your ground, one-sided effort, right? And it feels like whoever you are, you have forgiveness there. So it feels like you've already found forgiveness for this person. But it feels like, I mean, the main message that I'm getting in these rows is that you heard from them and you were hoping they were coming in with change. You were keeping a positive mindset. Perhaps you were hoping for an apology. We have standing tall and in the cards. So it feels like you're standing your ground, holding your boundaries. If it's meant to be, it'll be, right? That's what I'm seeing. Fate will find a way, right? We have truly stable here. Love brings stability, loyalty, trust, safety, creating a legacy together. Family tree. Family tree is important. We have lucky clover. Luck is on your side. Romantic success. Love is in the air. Happy outcome. Hidden feelings. Masking. What's this? Blind love, unable to see faults, blind spot. That's what I mean. It feels like this has come in and there hasn't been change. Not the change you wanted. You're not angry about it. You're not resentful about it. You're simply listening to your inner compass. You're grounding yourself. You could have asked for a message through music, angel shuffle, but it feels like you were standing your ground, right? How can you build something stable with that, right? And again, you're noticing not only the red flags here, but the red flags within self, what it's bringing up for you, right? And you're standing firm, which is good. It's good. Whereas in the past, you probably just would have welcomed them back with open arms, right? Repeated a cycle. Okay. So let's get the unspoken oracle to really see what's going on here and what's coming. But like, this is what I mean. If you truly believe you are a twin flame, you're probably just seeing it as, no, not the right time yet. And again, you're standing in your strength. Don't talk. Hear what they are saying. Maybe for some of you, this hasn't come in yet. Right? You don't have to talk. Listen to your intuition. You'll be able to tell. And we've been talking about that so much. I just want to shuffle it once. So I'm setting the intention. Well, no, let's look at the energy around you right now. Let's look at that first. Nothing. All right. Energy around this collective right now. Energy around you right now. What are you going through right now? It didn't come out, but love triangles there, right? So there could still be somebody involved. Boundaries up. Mixed messages. Exactly. That's what's around you right now. So I feel like this person reached out with mixed messages. You trusted your intuition. You trusted your inner compass. You grounded yourself. You didn't talk. You listened with your intuition. Hear what they are really saying. Right? When we have glow up, watching from afar, spying on socials, regretting lost access, realizing your glow up was their karma, whatever. I don't like that energy. Glow up revenge, right? You don't need revenge. But clearly this person was watching you from afar is what this feels like, and they reached out and there was mixed messages and you could feel it. You could feel it because it brought you out of alignment. It made you feel mixed emotions inside, right? So boundaries up. This person probably came in very guarded, right? With that unable to see their own faults. But you're done with those rose-colored glasses, right? Standing firm, learning to say no, protecting peace, guarded but graceful. That's what I meant about that last row with forgiveness. It's not like you were mad that this person came in. It's not like it sent you into anger, right? Guarded but graceful. So you're not letting it trigger you, is what this feels like. You're not like meh, meh, meh at them, right? Yelling at them. You're just like, no, boundaries up. I don't even think you responded. And you don't need to respond, right? You don't need to respond. And I know that scares people because they feel like, well, what if I miss out? What if they never come back? Do you really need to explain to this person again? I use my gifts to shine a light on the world. That could be you. Hard truth knows the truth. Not romanticizing potential, right? You're trusting your intuition. You can see that it's not in alignment with you right now. Facing reality, healing, not chasing. But you're not letting it stop you either, right? Again, remember how I was feeling like that back and forth, in and out. Somebody like, oh, maybe this is just a karmic, maybe this, maybe this. Maybe you're actually embracing your journey and you're not. You just see, oh, I still have more healing to do. They still have more healing to do. All right, let's keep going. The test. Middle row. The communication, remember? You've passed the test. Galadriel, I have passed the test. No contact. Silence speaks loudly. Exactly. Exactly. Ah, yes. I am proud of you. Even just responding and going back into us knowing our worth and what we will and will not accept and blah, blah, blah. Over-explaining. You're still giving away your power. Choose peace. Choose silence. For those of you that this hasn't come in yet, choose silence. Right? Think about everything I said about the heightened emotion, the inconsistency. This collective stood tall. They didn't talk. Their intuition said, nope, not the right time. They're still not getting it, right? Middle row, the test. Temptation returns. Familiar lesson repeats. Patterns resurfacing. Spirit is testing your growth. And unfortunately, that's a lot of us, used to believe, some of us still believe, that by choosing silence, we're sabotaging it. No, we are we're standing in our boundaries. We're honoring our boundaries. We're saying to Spirit, I've grown. I don't need to explain myself again. Why do you need to explain yourself again? Whoever this is, I'm sure you've told them, right? I'm hearing you've said everything you needed to say. How is explaining it again, right? People hear what they want to hear is what I'm hearing. But I think you've passed this test. Good for you. Energy withdrawal, distance for clarity, detaching to heal. And whoever you are, it's not getting you down. It's not stopping you. Like, she is at peace. Just remember, we're not always tested. Sometimes we're tested a few times in different areas. So just remember that. You could be getting a few tests right now in other areas as well. All right, let's get the next one. We have spiritual awakening, power move. Choosing peace, silence, strength, self-worth. You, the middle row, communication, you, self-worth. Right? Signs are everywhere. Expanded awareness, emotional breakthroughs, new perspectives, you. This is really good. Perhaps you are going through or are about to go through an ascension after passing this test. But power move, choosing peace. Yes, you. And you know, remember how Galadriel felt when he take it? And she was so tempted to take it and she didn't. And she was so relieved when she passed that test. Right? So I feel like it's given you a breakthrough by choosing silence. Good for you. That's hard. That's hard. Unspoken tension, red flag alert. Did you see that? Warning signs, mixed motives, boundary test. Your boundary was tested. And that's what we're talking about when we say choose silence. Your boundary is being tested. And to let down that boundary to tell somebody again, right? I'm sure they still have the message you sent, right? That's what I'm seeing. You've said all you need to say. Unspoken tension. You felt walls. You felt your wall go up, right? Which means their wall was up. They weren't ready for an honest talk. You saw the warning signs. Your boundary was tested. And don't beat yourself up if you didn't pass the test. It just means you'll have another test, right? And again, we don't just get tested once. You're probably getting tested in other areas too. Friendship, family, work. But you saw the red flags, whoever you were. There was an emotional wall there. When it's the right time, that wall will come down. You'll feel it intuitively, right? You know it. Choosing peace, protecting yourself. Good for you. Good for you. One more card. I'm curious about what this is going to be. One more card. Glow up. Now you can continue your glow up, right? Again, this hasn't gotten you down. You're continuing to rise in your power. You're not letting it get you down. You're not letting it knock you off your path. Spirit closed the deck. You're choosing to focus on self. Confidence rising, reclaiming power. You don't need their validation. Good for you. And anybody who has a test coming that's watching this, if what I described happens to you, silence. Choose silence. You don't need to say a word. Energy speaks louder than words. Remember that. Becoming unforgettable. Again, I feel like you were glowing up. And someone was noticing that. And then you were tested. Right? Because on this journey, we are tested. And sometimes we'll drop what we're doing. We'll drop our self-care. We'll drop our healing. We'll drop our friends. We'll drop our purpose. We'll drop everything because that person is back. And Bree said it perfectly. The right person should just fit into your life. I like this. I like it. All right. What do I want to get for you right now? Because you've just passed an important test. So the focus is you, right? You're focused on self right now. So to ask about what's coming here, I don't really want to do that because you just passed a test. You need to stand in your strength and focus on self. Blocked throat chakra. What do I want to do here? I'm going to get ethereal insights. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Chemistry, magnetic bond, right? So I talk about this all the time. Meh, it's so far away. I could just get up. I sent Brie this funny video, like, I think it's a banana, and its phone is plugged into the wall, and the banana is in bed, and I don't even think it's a banana. And instead of like getting up to get their phone, they like reach and are like hanging off the edge of the bed just to reach their phone. Oh, anyway, I should have just got up. But we talk about this, right? You and this person probably had a magnetic bond at first, right? But then once these family patterns, I saw family patterns, once these like karmic energy, you know, that card talked about codependency, unhealthy attachments, unhealthy patterns. Once they start surfacing and getting triggered, you actually repel each other's energy. So anytime you feel resistance, it means it's not aligned. And that's with anybody. That's with anything, right? If you're having to like force somebody to pay attention to you, or if there's a lot of resistance, if it doesn't fit, why am I seeing what's that movie with the chastity belt? I just don't remember. Is it Robin Hood and His Merry Men? That's what I'm seeing. But if it doesn't fit, if there's resistance, if you start feeling those red flags, right, or seeing them, it means it's not aligned. When it is the right time, with a friend, whatever, you'll feel it. All right. So you chose peace over magnetic bond is what I'm hearing. How is Spirit seeing this? I'm actually seeing that Celebrate card. I was seeing like your spirit guides. Woo! Yeah! Right? I'm seeing, who's that guy from Fear Factor? What's his name? Is it Joe Rogan? I don't know. I don't watch any of that crap. But, well, I used to watch Fear Factor. But there's a funny meme where they say, like, your spirit guides when you learn a lesson. And it's him and a bunch of other people. And they're like, whoa! Right? That's what I'm seeing. How is Spirit seeing you? Alignment, in tune, living authentically and intentionally. Intentionally. Choosing who you allow in your energy, right? Chosen connections. That's how you're shining to Spirit right now. You're only choosing what is in alignment with you. That click, right? Anything else will take you out of alignment, right? Okay, we have this month within weeks, so maybe you're not feeling it yet, but you will be. Or maybe for some of you, emotional strength. It can be hard. Like, there's a reason we talk about how hard it is to stay silent when we hear from someone we want to hear from, right? There's a reason it puts us into overthinking and fear and what if and blah, right? But when you choose self, when you're intentional, you become stronger. Emotional strength, courage. I love it. How is Spirit seeing this? Yin and Yang, you. Right? Something wasn't balanced when this person came in. You, yin and yang, balance, harmony, duality. So you are focused on your glow up. You're focused on growth, right? Again, no longer, you're trusting your inner compass. You're trusting your intuition. You've passed that test, I'm telling you. But remember, you could have multiple tests. So just stay strong. Sometimes the first one is the hardest. Yeah, prioritize self. It feels like this came in and it was just like, oh, like that doesn't, I don't feel excited, right? It doesn't feel in alignment. So you chose to keep focusing on self. Good for you. Good for you. To work on those feminine and masculine energies, right? Balancing them. Being your own divine masculine, right? Your own provider, protector, speaking your truth, knowing your worth, assertive, boundaries, confidence. I'm talking about masculine energy, releasing, cleansing, healing, froggy in my throat. And again, every time you protect your peace, anytime you live intentionally and authentically and you make decisions based on what's in your highest alignment, you get stronger and stronger. Now I'm hearing that song, That's What Makes Me Harder, or whatever. Not that. Thanks for making me a fighter. Anyway. People say they get sick of the tests, but the tests, it helps you build your strength. It helps you build your strength. Anytime I have a test, right? Especially around boundaries, I always feel stronger after I pass it. We have the one, meant to be true love. If it's meant to be, it'll be, right? I definitely feel you're on the journey. I'm going to be honest. But you're not focused on it, right? You're not... I talk about this all the time. I'm going to keep talking about it. But the label of it, right? There are so many people who stay stuck labeling it a twin flame dynamic, but not learning the lessons, not going through the ascensions. You are ascending. You are evolving. You are awakening. You are choosing to prioritize self. You're going through your glow up, right? If none of that is happening, karmic. Unstable, right? So you see them, think about that other row. Commitment, immature, playing games. I'm hearing quit playing games with my heart. Is that the Backstreet Boys? Hi, Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Shannon's messaging me. Hi, bestie. He's such a kind soul. Maybe you're an Aquarius. Anyway, you can see that it was unstable. You don't have those rose-colored glasses on anymore. 2 more. Again, the first time I set a boundary, it was hard for me. And then I didn't honor my own boundary. And I've been tested so many times since then with boundaries. And every time I go through it, it just makes me stronger. Thanks for making me a fighter, right? We have alluring. Oh dear. Maybe you have been... I mean, I see this based on the other cards. This is about your glow up. This is about Queen of Wands energy. This is how you're shining. Enticing, irresistible, enchanting. I don't think you're trying to lure this person in or anything. But perhaps everything I say is for a reason. Perhaps you were on that loop, but this is my twin flame, right? Again, I distracted myself because Shannon messaged me and I have ADHD, squirrel. But people put too much emphasis on the romantic part of the connection, right? They see it as a romantic whatever. And they think it all has to do with romantic love, and they can stay stuck in loops for years, right? Especially watching those tarot readings that we're talking about. Those are very unhelpful and unhealthy for people on the twin flame journey, who are really on the twin flame journey, because it's not about them at all. It's about you. But this is how you're shining the spirit right now. So very much Queen of Wands energy, standing in your power, right? And maybe it's taken you a while to get here. This says a long period, at least a year. Fulfillment. Beautiful. Remember, this is how Spirit's seeing you. One more. Stand your ground. I'm seeing the Princess Bride again. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Right? Starting over, try again, back to basics. Last row. Same as the other decks. I feel like this came in, right? This person could have wanted to try again, but you stood your ground. You stood your ground. Unhealed. I just saw that. Oh my gosh. Unhealed. Right? So you could feel that both of you were still unhealed. You could feel it. And you can't just sweep things under the carpet and go back. Let's try again. Let's pretend nothing ever happened. Let's sweep it all under the carpet, right? So you chose self. It probably also triggered some unhealed things still within you, noticing your own red flags. We talked about it. This is powerful. Clearer mindset. You've changed your outlook. You chose peace. You trusted your intuition. I'm here for it. You stood your ground. I love it. And again, we're not going to look at what's going to happen with them. What I do want to look at is, now that you've passed this test, keep in mind you'll have other tests, but I want to see what Spirit wants, like what Spirit wants you to start focusing on now that you've passed this test. Let's have a look. Well, no, not with this deck. We're just seeing how Spirit sees you, or how Spirit sees you shining. Alignment. Virgo energy could be symbolic. We have endgame. So in tune, living authentically and intentionally, forever person, endgame, right? So it feels like you were being very intentional here. Because it feels to me like you want to end up with someone where you can be your authentic self, right? Where you're in tune, you're in alignment, where, like, I'm hearing chosen connections, right? That's, to me, that's what it looks like you want in your life. And that's what you'll call in as you rise into your higher self, right? That's what you'll call in. You'll stop calling in energy like that because you're not giving off that energy anymore, right? That includes friendships. Kindred spirit. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Kindred spirit, soulmate, emotional relationship, right? You're going to start attracting in different energy that's aligned with you, other people who are in tune and authentic, right? Even if it's a friend, I always talk about this, romantic love is not the be all and end all. I cannot tell you the lessons I'm learning with Brie in my life. I just can't explain it. It's like this, kindred spirit. We're both living authentically, right? We're both in alignment. And I'm never going to let her go. I'm never going to let her go. That's beautiful. Calling in your forever person. And again, that doesn't have to be romantic. That could be, again, she's mine forever. I'm never letting her go. I'm not doing it. She's my forever person. Yin and yang balance. Yin and yang balance. Beyond compare, unmatched, incomparable. So So we do have incomparable, beyond compare, unmatched. So the fact that you have yin and yang, this is how you're shining. Balance. You're balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And I feel when you're in that energy, anything that's out of balance wouldn't click with you, right? Your intuition would tell you right away. Yeah, we have communication on the bottom. The one. Breakthrough. Epiphany, clarity, new understanding. You've broken through a layer. That's what I'm hearing. You passed that test, middle row. You've passed that test with someone you saw as the one, meant to be, true love, right? You've had a breakthrough. You've broken through a layer here. You've had the courage, strong, brave, emotional strength. This is so good. This is so good. This is really good. I like this. For some of you, if you're still watching this and you haven't had a test, think about everything we're talking about here so you can pass your test. Alluring. Energetic shift. Yeah. Perfect match. Kindred spirit. This is how you're shining. So if you haven't called in your kindred spirit yet, you're going to. Remember the friend thing, manifest friend. We saw it, very first row. Your energetic shift. You're going to start aligning with people on your level. And I don't mean that in an insulting way to anybody who's still not in alignment. And passing this test, right? You chose silence, which empowered you. When we learn to embody that Queen of Swords, graceful, right? Not the one like off with their head, not that one. You're going through an energetic shift. You're leveling up because you've broken through a layer. And again, my experience was once I started passing some of these tests, I started getting, things started aligning with me, right? You could be calling in someone that you can have deep conversations with, that wants to know you below the surface, right? Because that's the energy that you are calling in. That's the energy you're in, right? Clear on purpose, manifest, set an intention. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it's this way for all kindred spirits. I said it the other day in a reading I haven't posted. You know in Mary Poppins, when the kids write, here's everything I want in a nanny. I swear that's what happened to me. I was like, I didn't write an intention letter, but it's literally like everything I wanted in another human being, in a friend. That is Brie, right? She sent me a voice note a few weeks ago. I told you about it, about how she's like, I'm always going to prioritize you. I'm always going to make time for you. And she does. She just fits into my life so perfectly. We both make time for each other. We never have to ask each other. Like, I'm not saying all relationships are that easy, but when you meet your kindred spirit, it is that easy. Because you're like two peas in a pod. And I feel like there's a lot of energy of you calling in a friend and a kindred spirit here. But that's worth the tests, in my opinion. I wouldn't trade her for anything. I just got chills. Last row. This is really good. This is really good. Courage, strong, brave, emotional strength, you. Good for you. I'm really proud of you. Like, I'm ridiculously proud of you. That's not easy. That's not easy. So, what does Spirit want you to focus on now other than self? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to focus on now? Completely take your, like, again, I don't care who this is that just flew out. I don't care who this is. You don't need to think about them. And especially if you do feel like they are your counterpart, twin flame, whatever. I don't even want to label it. You are one, right? So as you shift and evolve, they shift and evolve. But I'm hearing it, so I'm going to say it. When that little check-in, right? Maybe you didn't, I don't think you saw the growth you wanted to see, so you chose self. And think about it. If you truly are one energy, you're going through an energetic shift, they would be too. But you don't need to know about that. You don't need to watch readings about them. You don't need to spy on them. If you're truly trusting that you're on this journey, you trust that it's one energy, right? So I want to see what Spirit wants you to focus on now, right? Now that you've passed this test, like I said, you're probably going to have a few tests in different situations. Could even be someone trying to sell you something, right? It could be like, be on the lookout for those tests. And again, listen to your inner compass. What does Spirit want you to focus on this next part of your journey? What does Spirit want you to focus on? What does Spirit want you to focus on? That's nice. Oh, we have the sun. We have the ladybug. 3, focus on your Empress energy is what I'm hearing. A vibrant, abundant life. Choosing happiness. Focus on comfort, leisure. Wishes are coming true. Good health. Balance. Balance. Birth of a daughter. But the ladybug. Focus on living your vibrant, abundant life. Things that make you happy. Things, situations, people that make you feel comforted, right? Not stressed out. No, thank you. We have the sun. So working on your masculine energy a bit, perhaps. Yes, energy, power, fulfilled. Focus on your fulfillments. Divine masculine. Maybe you need to spend some time sitting in the sun, but wear protection. Don't burn yourself. Daytime victory, happy, warm, right? Things that give you energy, not things that take away. Spirit wants you to work on balancing your feminine and masculine energies still, right? Because we have the moon and we have the sun and the ladybug, which is right in between balance. So balancing masculine, feminine energy. Focus on enhancing your intuition. You're going through an intuitive upgrade, I'm hearing. Maybe there's shadows you still need to work on. Sensuality, artistic, divine feminine. We have a lot of 3s here. We have 31, 3, 32. So those numbers could be symbolic. We have catalyst on the bottom. Fan the flames, infuse, breathe, kindle, spark, effort required, passion, get it going. What is your passion? Are you feeling inspired to work towards your mission? I didn't see anything about in those other cards. I don't think there was nothing about purpose. So perhaps focusing on this balance, but also, is there something you need to put effort into to get it going? What does Spirit want you to focus on right now? That was weird. The snake wanted to come out. Did you guys see that? It didn't come out, but then it pushed these 3 cards out. The snake did. Solutions, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, important, pay attention. Lock, unlock, helpful. 33. Oh my gosh, another 3. 31, 32, 33. So finding solutions to different things in your life. Again, that catalyst, passion, effort required. Let's see what these are. Expect the unexpected. So listen, be aware that there might be more tests. Spirit wants you to expect the unexpected. And we have key. So you do have the solution to whatever you're coming across here. Expect the unexpected. Impulsive. So you might get impulsive communication again. Silence. You might get tested in other areas. We also have creative, passionate, spontaneous. If you have a hot temper, work on cooling that off. I know it's hard. Inspiration and excitement. So Spirit wants you to expect the unexpected. Maybe start trying new things. Like if you're trying to find your purpose, right? Healing needs to be, in order to find your purpose, to hear that intuition, right? Healing's got to be key. But maybe expect the unexpected. You might think, maybe I'll try going to some kind of paint night. And you may go and realize you have a gift for painting or you have a love for painting. There could be something totally different that you're not even thinking about that could be your passion, right? Inspiration, excitement, creative, passionate, enthusiastic. Expect the unexpected. We have light bulb, aha moment, discovery, breakthrough, reveal, realize, enlightenment, epiphany, illumination, invention. I am getting some energy here about you're meant to be focusing on balancing those energies that we talked about, focusing on, you're already doing all of these things, but choosing things that are in alignment with you, releasing anything, that snake, anything deceptive, toxic, release it. Oh, it's reminding me of something I sent Bree this morning with the key on the bottom. How can you open the key to a new door when you're holding on to all your old keys from places that are no longer, situations that no longer serve you? That could be something here, like maybe some doors will close for you, some friendships will close for you, but you'll be all right. Also, I am hearing something about you could be getting downloads. I'm seeing the Page of Wands about what your purpose is, because if you truly are on this journey, that's a part of it, no exceptions, right? It's part of the journey. We have hidden things. Maybe you've been thinking about writing a book. Maybe you've had writer's block and you're going to break through writer's block. But you know what I'm going to say? Grab a random book. Or no, not a random one you intuitively feel called to. Ask for a message from Spirit. Turn to page 26 or 10. Maybe you 26. Maybe you are meant to write a book. Follow your inner compass. All right. Sun. Inspiration, spirituality, intuition, psychic ability, dreams, enlightenment, hanged man energy. So keep focusing on these new perspectives, surrendering what no longer aligns with you. What are you feeling inspired to create here? I always say you need that masculine energy to go after your purpose, right? So what gives you energy? What fills you up full of inspiration? What fills your cup up, right? What lights that soul spark on fire? What makes you happy? What do you lose time doing? Because that means your soul is happy when that's happening. Ladybug. Yes, take inspired action. Take inspired action to better health. So maybe a healthier routine, eating healthier food, drinking more water. I always say this, but for 40 years, I would not drink water. Like, I was just like, no, I don't want to. And the more people would tell me to drink more water, the more I was like, no, you can't tell me what to do. Taurus, you can't tell me what to do. But for no reason at all, I started intuitively drinking more water, and it actually helps. It not only makes you feel better, but it also helps your intuition. Drink more water. But we have, yes, take inspired action. Start of the season. So you're meant to live a vibrant, abundant life. There's a lot about mission here, okay? Original, so be original. Something that makes you happy, right? Something that's gonna lead to this vibrant, abundant life for you. And abundance just isn't, it isn't just, there we go. It isn't just about money. New experience, starts the party, leader, ideas, beginnings, ignite. There's a lot about mission here is what I'm hearing, your purpose. Spirit keeps closing the deck, but I just want to finish this row. We just need 3 more cards. On a quest. You're on a quest. Focus on your journey. Perfect timing. Trusting in perfect timing. Culmination of all your efforts. So trust that whatever you put your energy into, if it's aligned with you, you'll see the culmination of your efforts. You're unstoppable. Trust in perfect timing. Ooh, we've got the devil. We've got the devil. Resourceful, conservative. This is what Spirit wants you to focus on. So maybe focus on, if you still have any wounding that you're working on, shadows, right? Shadow work with the moon card. But resourceful, conservative, tenacious, disciplined, wise, ambitious, eyes on the prize, and being realistic. I'm not so much seeing this as a bad thing here, except for if you still have unhealthy patterns. Like, this person came back and they could have triggered a wound within you that's still healing, right? Oh, we have Firefly, illumination, chemistry, magical, self-discovery. This is what Spirit wants you to focus on. Soul spark, what lights your soul on fire? Light codes, fire, creative spark, someone exceptional. Realizing that even through your shadows and wounding, you are someone exceptional. And that firefly is fleeting. That's that inspired action I keep talking about. So if you feel it, but then you start overthinking it with fear, right? Obsessing or fear, or your shadows start putting fear into you, right? The firefly talks about how it'll only stay lit for a moment. You have to grab it in the moment, that inspired action. So don't let your fear get in the way of that. Ooh, we have underneath, expect the unexpected. We do have obstacles. Problem, solitude, block, cold, barrier, interruption, delays. So that's what I mean. As there will be more tests. There will be, especially with that devil energy. right? Expect that there are going to be things with that devil energy there that may test you, right? I was talking about tests, or may, like, expect the unexpected and obstacles, right? For me, I know that I talk about it all the time, how I was tested a lot, especially when I first started my mission. There would be distractions, there would be things that made me want to give up. Even just recently, what I've been going through, right? Unexpected obstacle, but obstacles are there for a reason. You'll be all right, is what I'm hearing. Last one. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune twice. Okay. So I have to mention it because we have two wheels here. We have the Wheel of Fortune twice, and then masculine energy. Remember how I'm just going to say what I'm hearing. Remember how I was talking about you don't need to see what they're going through. You don't need to see their progress. It's better if you don't, right? Just with this hidden things and the breakthrough, Spirit wants you to focus on your breakthrough right now, on your wheel. You have different wheels, right? And you both have things that need to happen, cycles, fated events, destiny, things, changes, adjustments that need to happen before your wheels are going to align with each other again, right? I've never had two wheels come out with masculine energy. So again, I think Spirit wants you to focus on your breakthrough right now. You don't need to know what's going on over there. The less you know, the better, because it feeds your distorted energy. Fate, karma, cycles, forces of the universe, get what you deserve. It's out of your hands, right? All that's in your hands is this, your wheel. They have their own wheel. And right now it's hidden, right? That hidden card. Spirit wants you've had a breakthrough. You've had a breakthrough, which is part of your cycle. You've also, I think you've broken a cycle here. So again, trust that, trust that when it's the right time, if it's truly meant to be, it'll come back around. We do have communication on the bottom, so just be careful. Just be careful when it comes to communication with this person, okay? It's the last row again. So I feel like at the last point of communication, you've broken a cycle. All right. I want to get those feminine, masculine cards just to see how your balance is doing or what needs to be worked on. I'll start with the feminine. We have warrior, sacred mix of masculine and feminine, strength, determination, courage, receptivity, spirituality, and tenderness, yin and yang balancing. All right. And that is how you're shining to Spirit right now. You're trying to balance that energy. All right. Is there a masculine card in here? Nope. I'm just imagining things again. So feminine, your feminine energy. Again, we don't need to look at them because true mirrors, all you need to know about is yourself, right? Your feminine energy. This will show us what you still need to work on. Mission. Mission. I knew it. Mr. Crow is confirming. Mission. So you've passed this test. Now it's time to focus on balancing these energies. It's time to start focusing on balancing these energies in your purpose. It was very clear in the Intuit Oracle. We have anger. Remember when I was talking about anger, expect the unexpected. So you could still have, and anger is a valid emotion. Anger is a valid emotion. From what I was seeing in that first deck, you've released negativity, but there could be tests where anger comes up, right? Expect the unexpected, heightened emotions. Remember, anger is a valid emotion. We shouldn't be shoving down any type of emotion, but we're not supposed to sit in it, right? We can feel it and then release it. So any anger you have, right? Think about if there's any unresolved anger towards any situation of your life, right? Even yourself. That's one thing we're seeing here. Oh, mission work. So Spirit wants you to focus on mission if you're not already. Working to embody your highest self and potential, passionately spreading your inner light. You all have a mission, you divine feminines. Spirit's being very picky. We have soulmate. How many times did I say it? So you could have a soulmate around you right now. It says a deep connection, life partner, best friend. Perhaps you had or have a friend that you need to be assertive with. Standing up for yourself in a calm and positive way, able to get your point across without upsetting yourself or others. And as long as you are being that guarded yet graceful, getting your point across in a calm and positive way, right? If the other person they may be upset, right? They may be upset. Again, I keep getting energy about mission and a friend. So you've either called in a friend or you're calling in a friend. I am attracting all that I have ever wanted. You, hope. So you still have hope that things will work out with, but I feel like it's grounded in discernment. It's not abandoning yourself. It's not watching them. It's not waiting for them. I'm hearing faith. You're having faith that if it's meant to be, it'll happen, right? One more. But if you wait, right? And you're not open to new people in your life, you could be, like if this isn't grounded in discernment, there may be someone else that wants to come in here. One more. Boundaries. Making self-care a priority, being direct and naming limits, tuning into their feelings, and practicing self-awareness. You are doing really well. Dignity, choosing yourself and walking away out of self-respect in all areas. Knowing your value and self-worth. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Faith. Has faith that things will work out. You're having faith that if it's meant to be, it'll be. You're having faith in yourself, in your journey. I said that when I saw hope. All right. Do you have anger towards someone in your life here? I just want to see if Spirit will tell us what you need to work on. Because these are all really good. The anger card. What needs tweaking? That one came up so quick. Synchronicities. Signs you're on the right path. Seeing angel numbers everywhere. All right, so this is where you need tweaking. Maybe you're not paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, right? Maybe you're not, maybe you see them, but you're not figuring out what they mean, right? What does it mean? What is Spirit trying to tell you? The other thing is if you are feeling like the synchronicities are about them, they're not, they're about you. So if you're seeing synchronicities that make you think of them, right, that means you have to work on your masculine energy. This needs tweaking, the signs and synchronicities. So you could be seeing them, but just being like, oh, 11, and not thinking about what it actually means for you, right? We also have digging. This is something that needs tweaking. Spying on through social media. No, don't do it. And that includes readings. This reading is all focused on you, right? That's what we're doing now. Because you will keep yourself stuck for years watching readings about them. I know some of you say, it makes me feel better. I like knowing what's going on. You're feeding your ego. It makes your ego feel better. And it doesn't usually last. It's very short-lived, right? It's validating your ego. You don't need to know what's going on with them. Again, spying on the divine masculine includes watching readings about them. And I know that the collectives that Bree and I are channeling that are making it all about them, I know you'll grow and ascend way quicker than anybody stuck in those loops. Awakening. I don't think you... I don't know if that needs tweaking because you're going through... It feels like you're going through an upgrade here in your awakening, but focus on your awakening. Stop focusing on them. Focus on, what did I just say? I said, for those of you who take your focus completely off of them and put it completely on you in every way, you will ascend faster. I just said that, and that's what's on the bottom. Okay? Let's get your masculine energy. Your masculine energy, not them, not them. All right. No, I need to shuffle these once. I need to shuffle them once. All right. We have telepathy. So you could feel like you're able to hear their thoughts, converse mentally. You could be sensing their mood, right? Send them love and light and then keep focusing on self, right? All right, your masculine energy. May 17th could be symbolic. The only one that came out, revelation. You. Something big has been revealed to you emotionally, emotional breakthrough, right? About that test is what this feels like. Maybe your revelation of how you need to focus on self. Could be a revelation about mission. Again, I keep the light bulb, right? If you haven't gotten this firefly energy yet, like Spirit's trying to give you those fireflies, a realization about your mission. Your masculine energy. Interesting. There we go. Worthy. You're learning to feel worthy. It's positive change, 555. Chaos. You're worth more than chaos, right? You're worth more than chaos. You don't want the chaos and confusion. You know you're worthy of something stable, right? You're no longer romanticizing them, remember? Maybe some of that anger is towards self. Feels deserving of love. Beautiful. Your energy. My ears are ringing. What were you just thinking about? When I look in the mirror, I find beauty. Your affirmation. My ears just started ringing. What were you thinking about? Oh, we've got divine feminine. Sacred feminine. Recognizing this connection within self. That's really good. And I kept seeing all those threes. Beautiful. And we have overload. Ooh, be careful of this one. Be careful of this one. Overload. So there could be things that are overwhelming you right now. Taking on too many tasks or responsibilities all at once, burnout. Bit off more than you can chew. However that's resonating with you. Maybe that's the digging, right? Maybe, again, I've seen so many people say it that since they stopped watching readings about their person, they feel mentally better. And they can focus on themselves. We have complete on the bottom. I don't know if you're there yet, but you're getting there. But yeah, this digging, whatever that is, be careful of that. What are you overwhelming yourself with? Are you overworking? Remember the mirroring, the workaholic card, validation wound. You need to make time in your life for self-care. We weren't meant to just work. I remember when I was a kid, I used to question it all. And now I know why. I'd be like, so you're saying we're meant to go to school all day and then go to another school all day, spend our whole lives in school, and then get a job, wake up, go to work, come home, fall asleep, get up and do it all again? Like spend our entire life working? Even as a child, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. You'll burn yourself out. 2 more. Ooh, okay. Shame, trigger, nostalgia. Okay. So you could have moments where you're reflecting about this connection or even past connections, family situations, remember, that are triggering you. And shame. Oh, do you have a shame wound? And then trigger in a state of emotional response, trauma, fear, anger, anxiety, etc. You could be feeling shame that You know, one thing I'm hearing really clearly is reminiscing about times in this connection where you were triggered and it was like fire versus fire, like I'm seeing the Five of Wands. It was like the butting of heads, right? And the unhealed version of you, your ego, your distorted energy, when you were triggered, could have been very explosive. You could be feeling shame about some of the ways you acted while being triggered. But we're not meant to be ashamed of our triggers. They show us what we need to heal or what's aligned with us, right? So try not to beat yourself up about those triggers. It does feel like it has to do with childhood, past connections with this person, with family, where you could be feeling ashamed of some of the ways you acted while triggered, right? Maybe you're feeling shame for the times where this test came in and it triggered you and you opened that door anyway, right? Trigger and shame. One more. Past life. Confidence. Starting to feel good about yourself. Feeling more confident about your journey. That's good. Maybe you need to tweak that confidence though. And past life. Working through a karmic past life contract. Past life lessons cycle affecting their current life. Remember, I kept hearing it. There might be a karmic cycle with a friend or a family member that you're working through. Have the confidence to put up boundaries. Have the confidence to choose yourself and walk away out of self-respect, right? This could also have to do with a test that you're having. I immediately heard friend. So anyone that doesn't... I'm not saying everybody has to build you up and make you feel good about yourself, but anybody that takes you, anything you feel like triggers that shame within you, anybody who takes you out of this confident energy, right? We've been talking a lot about this. Walk away. Choose your dignity. Okay? All right. I want to get... What do I want to get? I'm just going to get you... What do I want to get here? I need to think for a minute. Hang on. All right. Hello, Wally. So this deck, I was going to get it yesterday and then I forgot. Priestess of Light Oracle. And I feel like I need to get you this deck since you're focused on mission. Not that this is a mission deck, but power over difficulty. Reclaiming your power. 32. And 32 could be important. 32. Now I get it. Now I get it why Spirit drew me to this deck. Listen. And it's on 9 or 90. This card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. This snake, remember the snake almost came out. This snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring you or even consuming you. Yes, that's what I kept getting. If someone is bringing a toxic energy into your life, it may be necessary to let that person go. Or reduce your exposure dramatically. So let's say you have children with this person. Let's say it's a family member that you live with. Reduce your exposure dramatically. If it's someone that you can let go, that you don't live with, that you don't share children with, definitely I would let that go. Remember that karma thing, the karmic soulmate card. Especially if you're calling in a kindred spirit. Somebody is taking up that kindred spirit's place. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, do you have some negative Nellies around you? It's time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you're feeling a building resentment for a job or personal task, this card is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience or even exit it altogether. Also, be mindful of all your own personal patterns. Consider the causes of your making and the results they're creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your own life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. I need my glasses. All right. Always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here by the swans who spite. Oh, I didn't even see the swans. Look at this. Where was I? Who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures capable of striking anything that attacks. You have this power as well. Don't be attacking anybody. Graceful yet guarded. Assertive. This card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free from any other limiting influences holding you down. Untether them, my friends. Untether them. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have the power now. Your affirmation: I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and in my relationships. All right. So let's get you a card. I haven't used this deck in ages. I'm just going to keep my glasses on while I get this deck. Advice for you. Ooh, sacred action, decisive focus. And you've got this beautiful feminine with a cheetah protecting her. Masculine strength. 17, the star. This could have to do with your dream, your mission. Brilliant beliefs. Luminous life force, personal power. Stand in your power. That is gorgeous. Cheetahs might be a sign for you. It's time to bring the act. It's on 60. The other one was on 90. Such a twinny number. It's time to bring the active energy of the cheetah into your life. This swift cat represents decisive action and intense focus. Take an honest look at the projects or situations that have, for some reason, been put on hold. Perhaps you've been waiting for a better time, unsure of what you want to focus on or even what action to take. This card is telling you to let go of the hesitation. Inspired action, remember? Your soul longs for you to move forward on your path. Whether your goal is personal, professional, or spiritual, you have the power to manifest whatever you desire. Now is the time to resolve to pick a direction that calls to your heart and act. Let go of your self-doubt and fear of making the wrong decision. The strength of your spirit will guide you every step of the way. For some of you, if you haven't been tested yet, this card is for you. Your spirit may also take you in the more global direction of sacred activism. The light of shared consciousness between animal and human can help you take decisive action to make the earth and all of her. where was I? All her life forms a top priority. And as your loving intention expands to encompass others, it accelerates the beneficial momentum and activates blessings worldwide. In this way, you have the power to heal the earth and yourself in your actions and choices every day. Affirmation: I focus on the options before me. I choose to take decisive action in the direction of my dreams. Exactly. And what did I say? You need that masculine energy to go after your dreams, to build that empire. Beautiful. I shuffled that out, right? All right, let's get another one. Okay. Angelic assistance, 6. And you have calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. June 17th could be symbolic. Angelic assistance, divine guidance, loving support. Remember I saw your spirit guides cheering, or that other meme that I was talking about. This tender-hearted, smiling angel brings you a message of encouragement and support. Heavenly light emanates from her heart and hands, and the brilliance of divine consciousness shines down from above to the top of her head. This vibrating resonance of healing and loving power is all around you, brought by the angels who long to assist you in every area of your life. If you have never turned to the angels before now, now is the time to start. They are a very real presence in the world. They are. And they can exert a significant influence on your life. If you have problems that need resolving or a project that needs some inspiration, the angels can help you there. Whether you're working on a physical issue or in a difficult relationship, the angels bring clarity and healing. So stop resisting and open up to their very real power. Invite them to walk with you through your day. Ask for their guidance, energy, and joyous resolutions. Then let yourself stop and take a moment to receive the synchronicities. They're trying to help you with the synchronicities. You'll be amazed by the healing, peace, and inspiration that comes your way. It's the truth. Affirmation: my life is filled with angelic power. I ask for their assistance and open up to their healing love. One more. Telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. Ooh, I'm going to read this one. I'm not looking at the one underneath that. I'm not doing it. When Spirit says take it, I take it. And Spirit says take it. So sacred purpose, 43. Eternal flame, sacred purpose, your flame, your soul spark. This feels important. The priestess of the holy fire is bringing you an important message about your sacred purpose. She holds a spark of the eternal flame in her hand, bearing witness to the light of antiquity that lives in each of us. This eternal flame represents your soul presence through time, but is not limited to your own experience. It extends throughout your personal lineage, going back to your ancient ancestors and moving forward to the descendants yet to come. Your ancestors are calling you home. Their energy pulses through your veins in your DNA, and their histories vibrate in the long heritage that has come together to create the person you are at this very moment. This is your cultural, spiritual, and familial past, reminding you that it's important to honor your ancestors and consider the value they have brought to your life. Also be conscious of the energy you are perpetuating in the cultural, spiritual, and familial legacy you are leaving behind. Your sacred purpose calls you to honor the holy fire in your own soul. Ancient priestesses, all right, okay, I hear you. Ancient priestesses would tend the sacred flame, thereby keeping balance among the elemental kingdoms of earth, air, fire, and water. Heart, I'm hearing Captain Planet. In fact, you may have had important past lives in such societies. Remember, you had past life. perhaps even as a priest or priestess with this high intention. Know that the purpose of balancing the energy in your life, balance, and in this world still resonates within you. It is up to you to hold all that is sacred as your charge and your responsibility. The ancestors are calling you to restore balance to Mother Earth once again. Your mission. I honor the internal flame within. I value my ancestral heritage, and I perpetuate the sacred energy for those yet to come. I'm saying it too. And I was told to get these ones. We have 22 and we have 23. Shamanic, I hope I'm saying that right. Journey, purpose, attunement, vision, quest, and we have telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. (22). This card shows the priestess of the universal mind, the eternal voice, the light that rises from thunder. Thunder. The light that rises from above her crown chakra opens the door to all of spirit. The orb encircling her heart center vibrates through infinity, opening a portal to immortal wisdom. She comes to tell you that you, right now, are capable of profound perception and telepathic communication. You have been endowed with this talent since the origins of divine consciousness at the beginning of time, so let yourself trust in that innate power. When you want to receive, all that you need to do is stop, breathe, open up, and trust. The wolf's bright eyes pierce straight into the heart of the spirit world. Unlike the wolf on card 21, who guides you on your personal path, this one creates a direct connection with the ethereal entities. I got the ethereal insights for you. This one? Entities riding the waves of the energetic realm. The wolf's incredible instincts, acute senses, and extraordinary intelligence offer profound understanding of every aspect of the environment. You have this capacity as well. Practice tuning into the helpful transmissions all around you, and you'll be amazed by spontaneous insights. This powerful card calls upon your incredible ability to reach out and communicate with the very elements of the earth. And if you're thinking I'm talking about constantly sending your person telepathic communication, that is not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. In addition to receiving transmissions from the outer edges of the universe, from the spirit world and beyond, it is your destiny and the destiny of humankind to evolve into this deep telepathic state. Do not think it is beyond you. Open up to this sleeping power, and the universe will speak to you in more ways than you can imagine. I am a receiver of universal power and information. The infinite wisdom of the world always comes to me when I need it. I'm saying it too. I'm saying it with my chest. Whatever. And 23. This radiant shamanic priestess rides the wind horse before the full moon. We just had a full moon. Timeless reading, but we just had a full moon. Heralding a sacred time for you, one that can lead you into great personal healing and radical transformation. A literal or metaphorical journey awaits you, unearthing such profound wisdom your life might never be the same. It won't be the same. This journey changes you. I am completely different than who I used to be. Like completely. In the most beautiful way. If you wonder what your true purpose is now, now is the time to open up and receive. The white feathers of this priestess's headdress are a symbol of spirit, a message about freedom from the mundane world. Signs and synchronicities. The pursuit of spiritual matters may be where your greatest purpose lies, and the expressions of your spirit's value and power may come in the form of shamanic practices like healing, ceremony, and psychic vision. Let yourself look first to this side of you, for it could reveal the core purpose from which all other intentions and activities grow. The antler in the priestess's left hand is a symbol of higher connection. Since a young deer regularly sheds its antlers, the message here is to take some time to learn what old perceptions need to be shed for your own growth and higher purpose. Attune to the voice of your higher self and don't be afraid to let go, for the promise of new opportunities and expanded perceptions is clear. These new approaches will illuminate your passage and your vision quest. You deserve to devote yourself to your own soul's evolution. Exactly. Committing to yourself. Marry yourself. No. Meditate on your purpose and envision the inner and outer journeys that will bring you greater attunement. Once you prioritize this process, your purpose will be fulfilled in magical and even miraculous ways. The ladybug. I am attuned to the shaman within. I devote myself to my own soul's journey and I am blessed. All right, I'm going to get you one of these. Just one. Just one. Just one. Oh dear, I looked at it. It's about balance. I looked at it. I made eye contact. Restoring order and balance to your life will be important at this time, so take a good look at the energy and the effort you expend every day. Balance, work on your balance. Also, what is in balance in your life and what isn't? What do you need to let go of, including connections? Are you engaging in too much work and not enough fun? Too much taking care of others and too little caring for yourself? What about practical matters? Are you eating healthy and drinking enough water? We're ahead of you, Spirit. Are you getting enough muscle movement and peaceful relaxation? Go for a walk. Walking. All these approaches can be easily abandoned when you get busy or stressed or somebody comes back. But those are precisely the times when you need stability and balance the most. Achieve balance. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can achieve balance simply by paying attention to the needs of your daily life. When you make choices that honor your body, spirit, and personal priorities, you create this stability and stamina necessary to see through to the fruition of your greatest dreams and desires. I have the power to prioritize myself. I choose to live a balanced, healthy, and honoring life every day. All right. I will not look at you again. All right. One card. What is the message you need to hear the most? One card. One card. Pure love, creative expression, nurturing embrace. Oh, you got the High Priestess. You got the High Priestess card. All right, I'll take it. I'm not looking at the other. I peeked at it, but I'm not taking it. So you have Hathor. I do mispronounce a lot of these things. High Priestess, Divine Knowing, Ancient One, Goddess Embodied. All right. The Sun. Hathor. My love, you are stepping into a moment of divine expressive creation guided by Hathor, the mother, the goddess of love, creative arts, and soul nurturing. Her radiant energy surrounds you, activating the love and creativity that flow naturally from your soul. She invites you to embrace the beauty of creation in all forms, awakening the soul potential within you to bring love, joy, and a sacred beauty into everything you touch. In this moment of your life, you are invited to become a vessel of love, not only for yourself, but the world around you. Hathor guides you to nurture your creative spirit as you nurture those you love. She is the beauty way, and she reminds you that through embodied beauty, in every moment and every detail, you unlock the infinite potential of your being. Hathor's presence whispers that your creativity is needed right now as a sacred act of love. Your unique imagination is the powerful force that shapes your reality and influences the world. If you have had inspiration to move forward with a project, this is a recurring theme in your reading. Trust in your ability to birth and manifest its harmony into this world. Know at your core that everything always works out for you and the universe orchestrates all of the unfoldings perfectly. Trust in the uniqueness of your soul and the creation it came here to do, for it is more needed than ever. You are everything you ever wanted to be. Know this and it will be revealed. Love yourself. Honor your creative flame, your soul spark. I don't know why I did this. That's money. It made me think of Friends. Was it Friends? Rock, paper, scissors, fire. As Hathor embraces you, she activates your heart, reminding you that this is the most powerful force of the universe, love. Her nurturing presence fills you with the strength to enhance your reality through the energy of pure love, whether through the sacred sounds in your voice or any form of self-expression, art, music, and dance. Hathor calls you to let your creativity flow freely, knowing it is a reflection of the divine essence of love empowering you into being. As you embody her graceful energy, you become a beacon of joy, peace, and abundance, radiating love in all you create. This inspires the world and changes our collective reality. And that's how your soul tribe people find you. That's exactly how you find each other. Right? I used to believe Brie shining her light. I was at first triggered by her light, and then I was really like that zombie, like, oh, I must learn from her. And then I started shining my light, and I didn't have to chase her. I didn't have to, I never messaged her and was like, do you want to be friends? I shone my light, and she saw it. And yes, I am in love with her. And I will be forever. Forever love, right? Kindred spirit, forever love. Even if she wants to leave, I'm not going to let her. High Priestess, last one. Deep within the sacred temples of time, a lineage has always existed. It is the lineage of those who walk between the worlds, who channel divine wisdom, who weave new consciousness into being, and who embody the goddess herself. Beloved, you are of this lineage. Your beautiful soul. Your high priestess self steps forward now to remind you of your sacred role as a keeper of mysteries, a divine channel, and a bridge for the higher frequencies of the new earth. Your intuition is a sovereign force, an ancient technology of direct knowing and prophecy. When visions flow through you, when higher wisdom stirs within your heart, when your very presence emanates healing frequencies, this is your priestess power awakening. One of my kids is squealing. Yet the world may have taught you to doubt, to seek validation outside of yourself. I trust in my inner knowing. Sometimes when I'm channeling, I'm like, I get downloads because you're divine, you're connected to source. Where was I? To seek validation outside yourself. Trust your inner knowing. That's why I always say you don't need somebody to tell you if you're a twin flame or not. You know it. You know it. You hit a point where you just know it. Your high priestess reminds you your knowing does not need proof or external confirmation. It is the voice of the divine moving through you. Trust it. And every time you want external validation, whether it's pulling your cards, whether it's watching a reading about them, you're not giving your powerful intuition a chance to grow, right? You got to trust in it. I always bring up the never-ending story and the grain of sand. That's your intuition. Every time you trust it, it gets stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger. You need to have trust in yourself if you're going to trust your intuition, right? You are being called into the sanctuary of your inner temple, your own mystery school, where the veils between dimensions are thin. Sit within the sacred space in silence. I already read that. Spend hours in the vastness of your soul, as this is where your gifts are awakening with greater strength, clarity, and power. It is already happening. All is awakening. Prophetic insight, healing, magic, and divine wisdom stream through you in living codes. New earth frequencies ready to be anchored in the world. Trust the visions you are shown and the magic you are feeling or being called to receive, for they carry the truth of your purpose. I'm not going to apologize. Honor the transmissions that come through you, for they are sacred. Your body is a vessel of transformation. Your heart, a portal of divine love. I just had a download. How can you hear your intuition when you're putting yourself in situations that make your insides like, blah, right? Like that external chaos, that dysregulation. How can you hear your intuition, right? Do you hear that's one of my 14-year-olds like, like pretending to squeal. Your heart a portal of divine love, and your consciousness a bridge between realms. The time of the priestess has returned, and you are here to embody her power, grace, and wisdom. And I believe this has happened because there is a rise of priestesses and divine feminines right now. And I'm not just talking, you have to have the divine energy, right? Balance, divine feminine, divine masculine. Anyway, there's a huge shift happening. And Brie and I aligned right before this shift. Started changing the way we were doing things to help the ones who are stuck and doubting their journey or doubting themselves or in a loop, right? Anyway, I'm going to go now, my people. I'm going to go, even though I wish I could spend more time with you. 555, positive change. I'm going to go. And I will be back tomorrow, and I'm sending you guys lots of love and light and magical powers and belief in yourself. And I will talk to you soon.